Welcome back to another installment of your favorite podcast.
I don't like the word installment.
The Pals Podcast. I'm your co-host, Ricky Liordi.
And I'm Danielle Galarno.
And this week we had a good friend, Sarah McHurd, on the podcast. If you don't know who she is better known as Concerts with Strangers on TikTok. Danny, why don't you tell us a little bit about what she does and kind of what we talked about?
I think the name kind of speaks for itself, but she basically goes to concerts with strangers. She takes one stranger to different concerts. She kind of runs like a contest. Not a contest. We talk about this. She kind of runs like a
giveaway,
and she basically asks people to stitch her videos, and she picks one lucky winner. Just depending, there's like really like we talk about it. We ask her. There's not like no set rules, nothing. She just kind of tries to feel like what's right, and who's best for the concert. Kind of going through them, but she goes in it like blind, and. To be honest, but she's had 25 concerts. She's had great experiences every single time, and her videos are always great. And like even just like watching them after, you can just see like the person's genuinely so happy to be there with her. And like I just know like concert prices are so expensive now that the fact that like she's doing this is like I think it's incredible. So
yeah, it's feel good content. So if you don't know who she is, Concerts with Strangers on TikTok, Sarah McHurd on Instagram, I believe, or maybe even TikTok as well. Mm-hmm. But yeah, check it out. And also, if you do have any concert tickets, Leafs, Raptor tickets, Jays,
any like sporting events, anything,
or any events in general, and you want to do a good deed and make someone's day, reach out to Sarah, give her a pair of tickets that she could do a contest with or a giveaway with, because it feels really good and it's the right thing to do. Me and Danny, we're gonna figure something out, so the pals are gonna give her something. And honestly, Danny, I think that's all right.
Yeah, it was a really fun episode. Really nice to sit down with her. So with that, Ricky, what do we say?
Let's freaking go.
Wow, no swearing, proud. Drinking a beer.
You know what? I saw it in the fridge and I was like, I'm gonna have a beer. Even though I got pickleball tonight too.
That's how I was like, you're only usually drinking a beer if like you're gonna go to like bingo after, or like you're actually going for drinks.
Yeah, usually I don't have casual drinks. No. I never do that. If I'm drinking, I'm drinking.
Yeah, that's why this is a new you.
Is this a
new year, new me? Same old shit though. That's it. Sarah, welcome to the podcast.
And that was not sponsored. That's just
I was like, was it sponsored?
Yeah, it should be at this point.
I'm like,
actually, but I generally do love Pronin. They just partnered with Ferrari for F1.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll be at F1. You never know. Sarah, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
I feel like we've been talking about doing this for a while. I feel like there's a lot of our guests lately. We've been talking about doing them for a while. Now we're actually like in the swing of getting everybody that we said we were going to get on.
Yeah, like a lot of them too were just even like having to reschedule.
Yeah.
It's like little things. So it's nice to actually finally get you on the podcast.
I think this was 2 months.
It's even better though. Because now we're at the studio.
Yes.
Before we would have been at Ricky's condo, and it's just like we said before, it's just so much better here.
This is not the vibe. I wanted to ask you, this is how we're going to start. The Michael Marcheggi show.
Oh, yes.
Did you like it?
Yes.
He's literally the nicest guy ever.
I talked to him very, very briefly.
We did
get him on a podcast after.
So the podcast releases tomorrow, which if you're listening to this last week. But he's the nicest guy ever.
He seemed like so sweet. I got to talk to him for like 2 minutes. Very briefly. It was his first time in Canada.
I know. Just a nice person. You're like, I'm so glad that this guy's about to blow up and get famous.
Yeah. No, he's going to be huge.
Massive.
Like, especially with how well he's doing right now from like one song. I can only imagine.
So like from the time that he came here, it's been what, 2 weeks? Roughly?
Yeah.
We were talking because even on the episode, like when you look, he released the song in January. Mm-hmm. It had like 11 million monthly listeners. And we talked about this in the intro. I looked back because I was listening to the song. Now he's at like 12.8, 13 point something.
Really?
It's
like
wild.
The increases in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's like actually crazy. It's like who else is also like that? Benson Boone.
Yes.
Okay.
Like,
yes.
I never listened to that song as much. Then you kept playing it. It's literally on repeat now.
Yeah.
I have like Noah Kahn, Benson Boone, and now Michael Marcheggi.
It's literally crazy how much it sticks in your head when it's not even the whole song. It's just a piece of the song.
And you can't. But you
Don't take.
have you listened to the song like fully?
Obviously.
Yes.
Yeah,
Of course.
It's on my playlist.
Okay, but at first, like, you never know. Sometimes it's literally just the clips that you see on like TikTok or social media. But like now that at first I was like, oh, I didn't know that this existed in the song.
Okay, to both of you, what are 3 songs that are currently on like your most top played songs of the year so far, 2024? Sarah, since you're the guest, you go first, and since Danny doesn't answer questions
I'm
quickly.
trying to-
I got mine
think.
already.
I'm trying to think. You want specific songs or artists?
3 specific songs currently.
Okay. I'm going to say probably Forever by Noah Kahan is one of them. I now, as of literally the last 24 hours, have an obsession with Vegas by Johnny Orlando.
You know, we had him on the podcast.
No, I didn't know that.
We had him on the podcast, and actually, I can't say this online. I'll tell you after. But he's a friend, and I ran into him a couple weeks ago at Paris, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And we were all there shooting the shit, chatting, and then I introduced him to a couple of my other friends, and I literally just texted him today because he's back from tour. I think he gets back from tour today, and he's back in like Canada for like a week or 2. So I actually messaged him today to get him on the podcast.
Oh.
Because one of my friends I introduced him to it, they've been, yeah. Anyways, you get it. So
Just, yeah.
yeah, I'm trying to get him back on the podcast, which would be good. He's actually like our biggest episode we've ever had.
Really? No,
Yeah.
he's great. Like, just, and that's the thing with the TikTok thing is he kept teasing that song, and it was just the chorus over and over and over, and he didn't release it. And he just released the full song, and I'm like, oh, yes.
Didn't he release it because he just went to Vegas for his 21st birthday or something? Because he is a
Honestly,
baby.
I don't. I know.
He's a baby.
Young. He's
I didn't
little.
realize how young.
You don't know Johnny Orlando?
I didn't realize how young.
Yeah, he's a baby.
Well, yeah, it makes sense. He's like part
Yeah,
of
he's
like my.
like, still hit it.
He's part of like my sister's generation of like.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Okay, so Vegas, Johnny Orlando. What's your third?
Oh, God, what have I been listening to recently? All Night. It's All Night by Chance the Rapper. Is that the song?
3 really different genres, and I
old,
really
though.
like it.
Yeah, it's not. Did it have to be new? Did I have to
Be
pick
new.
a new
I
song?
didn't say it had to be new.
Nothing has to be new.
I
It
can
doesn't
pick
have
a
to. I
new
didn't say
song.
that. I didn't say that. I'm just like, that's for you. It to be like one of your most played right now.
Well, okay, so I started playing dodgeball. So I started and joined a dodgeball team.
Where?
We play it like it's like 10 minutes north of here. We play in schools, which sounds kind of weird,
My
but
sister does that too in Ottawa.
it's so
she like
fun.
joined a team on Thursdays with my cousin.
Yeah, it's so fun. So we do it Wednesday night, and like our whole team has a joint like Spotify playlist, so we all add songs to it, and there's a bunch of
See, that's
songs
fun
I
because at
never
least
listened
everyone
to.
gets songs they like too, and to like to hype themselves up during the game. Because I feel like
Yeah.
even when we went on vacation to Mykonos, majority of us like similar songs, but there's some of us that have more similar interests, especially when we're away. And having like the couples would be like, you could tell when DB put in a song versus like you or me.
Agreed.
Yeah, like it's nice. It gives nice variety.
What got you on the dodgeball team? Like, how'd you start a dodgeball team?
So I always wanted to join like a team. My little sister plays volleyball every week, and she's like, "You should do it." And I'm like, "Volleyball? I don't know about that one." But my friend messaged me one day. She's like, "You want to play dodgeball?" I'm like, "Well, I've always thought about that, like moving into the city and like finding a way to make friends." So she got all of her friends together. So I only knew her, and there's 8 of us on the team. I
Is
think
this
it's
women
8
or co-ed?
10? Co-ed.
I would love
So
that.
4 girls, 4 guys.
Because I feel
That's
like
so much fun.
you are the type to make friends in the most interesting of places.
But I also feel like you try to make friends in interesting places.
I don't know. See, people actually, so from my TikTok, people assume this. If you stuck me in a room with strangers, I actually probably wouldn't make conversation.
Really?
Yes.
I thought you were an extrovert.
No.
I feel like we knew this last time we talked to her. So like first time I met you, like obviously we like just got so like into so many different topics.
Yes.
But you definitely said you were an introvert, but like everything you do is like extroverted tendencies.
Yes.
Like even like the way you moved into like a condo with like random people.
Two strangers.
With 2 strangers. And then like
From
you go to
Kijiji or
concerts with strangers, but you're like still an introvert. So, like it's wild. You're definitely introvert extrovert in like different
Yeah.
ways.
The best way like I describe it is that if you put me in a place where I know I have a common interest with somebody, I'm fine. I can talk no problem. But if you stick me somewhere where I have no idea, like in a grocery store, like I don't know your music taste versus a concert, I'm like, okay, at least I know we have something to talk about.
I kind of get that.
Yeah, it's an interesting safety
No,
blanket
but like
though.
it's a safety thing. It's like going in Okay, this is like so random, but I was just at the spa on Saturday, and like I'm really awkward in situations I've never been in.
Okay, I feel you.
Like,
I get that.
if I've never been, even like going to like a workout class, if I've never been to that workout class, I will be awkward going in until I'm done the class. Then I'll feel fine. I'll go back a second time, feel completely normal. So I go to the spa. I'm with my friends. Thank God I was with them. But even like the fact I'm like walking in and you have to like talk, and I'm like, how do I walk into the room? And then like, when do I get naked? And like, when do I go in? It's the same thing every place. But I get so awkward. I'm like, oh, what if I like don't know what to say to my girl? Or like, what is she going to ask me? And at the end of it, like I literally was sitting there. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so vulnerable now. Like you can do anything to me. Like I just had the best massage of my life. Like now we're best friends.
Yeah, now she knows your life story.
Now
Like,
like
everything's
everything.
good. Yeah.
Everything's fine.
Oh.
And we didn't talk for the full hour, but she knew everything about me just from like massaging me.
Maybe it's because I'm like an extrovert, but like, yeah, I'm totally okay. Like, I get in an elevator with full of people. I'm like, hey, what's up, everyone? How's everyone's Monday going?
No, if I don't have my phone,
What'd you get something good from Amazon?
phone as a safety blanket always. And then if I feel okay, like someone's being nice, then I can put it down.
Like when people don't talk to me in the elevator, I'm almost like insulted.
Really?
Like if I say hi to you in the elevator and you're not like, oh hey, how's it going? Like how's your day? I'm like, you're a bitch.
No, but that's different. But like,
Yeah.
if you say hi to me first,
Yeah.
100%.
Like, if we
or if
walked
someone's
into,
approachable.
if we walked into like a waiting room for the doctor, I'd be like, oh hey Sarah, like, or let's say I don't know you, I'd be like, oh hey, how's your day going? Good. What are you here for? I don't care.
What?
Yeah.
really?
Yeah. Or like
No.
if we're standing in line at a store, I'll be like, oh cool, you got those potato chips? They on sale? Like, what flavor? You like them? They good? Should I go get some?
That's like my mom.
Like, when people don't talk to me, I'm almost like, did I do something wrong to someone?
No, I'll talk like in an elevator. I just like when I lived at my condo, if someone was like approachable or like there was a situation that was happening, I'd talk to them. But like I didn't want to talk every single time in the elevator. A lot of the times I wanted to get in and get out.
In the morning, I don't want to talk to anybody.
Yeah.
That's it. Just because I'm like, my eyes hurt, everything hurts. Like I'm not happy. But today I had this my family bought a cold tub. We bought 3 cold tubs. One for my aunt, one for my mom, one for my other aunt. My other aunt didn't take it, so I've got this cold tub, this 3rd cold tub. So I was like, fuck it, cool. Me and my mom, like, we'll take it. She'll bring it to Florida. So I bought this, and I got this massive box. I'm bringing it upstairs to my condo right now. I'm gonna put it on my balcony. So I've got this massive box, like it's noticeably big. It's the size of this couch, and I'm carrying it. And I get in the elevator. I was like, hey man, what's up? He's like, hey, how's it going? And he obviously did some grocery shop. I was like, cool. You cooking dinner tonight? He's like, yeah. Cool. What do you make? He's like, oh, I got some like chicken, whatever. And he didn't ask me about my box, which I'm okay with. You don't need to ask me about my box. But I was just like trying to make conversation. This dude was just not having it.
Some people don't care to do that.
Yeah, I know.
But are you offended if somebody doesn't start the conversation with you? Like, I get it if you say hi to me and I don't say hi back. But like, are you offended if we're in the elevator and I don't say hi to you first?
No, because I guess not everybody's like me. But if I sneeze and someone doesn't say bless you, yeah, I hate you.
Yeah, I'm like that if people don't say thank you for holding the
Oh.
door open. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're welcome.
Yeah, it's
You're
like,
welcome.
and that's how I'm gonna slam in your fucking face. Wait, Danny, back to your 3 songs.
Mine are like as typical as it gets right now, just because I'm in like work mode. So like I like listening to like all my songs on repeat.
Okay,
You can
what are
guess
they?
them. Guess them right now.
Beautiful Things, Benson Boone.
Yes.
There's
There's another song by him that I like too that always comes next.
Michael Marchese, Scared to Start.
That's slowly coming in, but that's not in my repeat.
Okay, just fucking
Dial
tell me.
Drunk, Sixth
Still?
Season, View Between the Villages. It's still on.
Really? You're just on the Noel Khan playlist still?
And then Mumford rolls into that too. And then
Okay, we asked for 3 songs, not your whole playlist.
okay, well, that's what goes in the row.
Those are your 3?
Yeah, I'd say right now, still.
Okay.
And then again, still Lainey. I play those songs first, and then I can go into any other songs after.
Really?
it
You don't
has
just
to
have them
go
on like
through those.
repeat or something?
No, like because I have like my like songs playlist, and then I'll play those like songs in a row. Once I get through those songs, I either restart or I can go back to like any other song. I don't care.
Which Lainey song?
ILYSB.
Oh,
you said
okay.
that.
Yeah. Okay, Ricky, yours? Because I know this will drive you crazy if I don't ask.
I would have answered either way.
Well, I'm gonna ask myself.
I would have answered myself. My 3 right now is Something in the Orange.
Love.
Zach Brown. Is that Zach
Brian.
Brian? I always mistake them. Zach Brown Band and Zach Bryan. So that's a big one for me right now. Beautiful Things, Benson Boone. And probably Scared to Start or Snake Eyes by Mumford randomly came in. I don't know how that
Really?
slipped in there. Yeah. So I have 3 playlists right now that are pretty steady. So my February 2024, which is just like a playlist I made in February. Then I have my chill country, which is like it's not like depressing, but it's kind of not like golden party. Like the Beyonce
Like
one's in
Zach-
there. Zach Brown.
Zach Bryan.
Zach
You
Bryan,
keep like messing
Benson
me up
Boone,
now.
Mumford, Noah Khan, like a
Yeah,
bunch
but like
of
those are like it's like folk country.
Yeah.
Because like even
And
like Zach
then
Bryan could be considered some of his like more
I have a
folk.
really good chill bedtime playlist. It's got like London Grammar, the XX.
Really?
Who else is in there that's really good? Like some Adele songs.
Okay, question. Do you guys use that DJ feature on Spotify?
Yes.
I love it.
What's the DJ feature?
Yeah.
Oh my god. So good.
I'm an Apple guy.
Oh my
What?
god. I'm
Yeah.
gonna
No.
I'm gonna play this right now.
Yeah, it's bad.
Okay. I'm just gonna do a tester for you. It's gonna play on here.
How's it going? Hope you're doing all right.
I love it.
We're going to jump in today with a few songs that got kind of a positive vibe. Good Neighbors leading the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then it goes into the next song. So sometimes I do that because it makes me not listen to the same couple songs, but maybe
Yes.
songs with new vibes. And then sometimes the DJ will be like, I'm gonna play some songs that like you listen to on repeat, and then it'll be like literally my repeat of songs with like all my different genres all over the place. But then sometimes it'll go like it'll bring me back to songs I listened to in 2020. Like, oh, you listened to a song, and it's like Pop Smoke and like
Okay, both of you.
Wild.
So you're both obviously Spotify people.
Yes.
Do you like the Spotify Wrapped?
I don't care.
Yeah, I don't really like. I like to know it for my own sake.
Mine are the same every year.
We're like, I love seeing people. So I'm just like,
I don't mind. Like
every
I'm
year
not.
when
I'm
people start
indifferent.
posting, I'm like, yes, please let me. Because
I
I
thi-
feel like you can tell a lot about a person by the type of music they listen to.
Really? Like if you like listen to like looked at my playlist and stuff, you'd think I'm like the biggest loser.
Very on point. Yeah, very accurate.
Shut up.
Very accurate.
I'm not a loser.
Yeah, I'm indifferent to it though. Like it doesn't bug me.
Yeah,
when
it
people
didn't-
share it.
me
I
neither.
love seeing it. I'm just like, I want to see everybody's Spotify.
But I do think sometimes it's like a surprise when like to me, like I know a lot of the times too, it's like, oh, this is the first that comes up when I play a playlist. And that became like there's a Sam Felt song that always played first on my playlist, Show Me Your Love. That's not my top listen song in 2023. But it came up as my top listen song. But it's because it was always the first one that came up. The year before was The Weeknd something, and I can't stand The Weeknd, so I had to take it off the playlist. Like it's just like I can tell like so I always just discredit one being like, hey, I know. Then the rest I'm like, hey, yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Okay.
But then I don't know, shows variety.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
And you can also guess like half the people in Toronto is gonna be Drake.
Drake
You
never
think so?
cracks my top
For
10.
most,
ever.
not for me.
Really?
But majority of people, you'll always see Drake.
I feel like if you're from Toronto, either Drake, Justin Bieber, or The Weeknd is in your top 10. One of those three. Or like Shawn Mendes.
Not anymore.
Not me. Not me.
No? What's your top?
Me
What,
neither.
who are your top 5 most played?
I think it's Post Malone, Morgan Wallen, Noah Khan, Jonas Brothers, and I think it was like Coldplay or something was in my Wrapped.
That's a good one. That's a
Yeah.
good top
Yeah.
5. And you would have seen all 5 of them this year, or 4 out of the 5 this year.
Yeah.
You just didn't see Coldplay.
Yeah. I
Wow.
almost saw Coldplay,
Where?
but I didn't. Vancouver.
Have you seen them ever?
Yes.
So
They're
good.
so good.
That
They're-
tour is one of the best tours,
17.
and it's still going. That
I
tour's like
know.
6-7 years
I
old
never
now.
went.
I know. You honestly like you have to go.
It's one. It's like
No, I heard it was great. I
yeah.
don't remember
if
why.
Taylor Swift is the clear-cut best tour ever, this is a chance that Coldplay is like that number 2.
Yeah, I it's my top 100%. They're
Well, they were like
Taylor,
the
though?
first two to do.
no.
Weren't they the first to, like to do the bracelets?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they
kind
were
of
like the
stuff.
first like I think they were purposely doing
Interactive
it-
crowd.
Yeah, and
like they were the first like
yeah,
people
they
to
did
do
the stadium
interactive.
tour where it's like they put an emphasis on doing outdoor venues as well,
Mm-hmm.
which outdoor venues is just the move, 10 out of 10 times.
Okay, so if you like, would you rather see your favorite artist? Doesn't matter the size of the venue. Like I'm saying in Toronto at Scotiabank or at Bud Stage, or at History or wherever, whatever venue.
Probably Bud Stage.
Like even
But-
if they were big enough for even like Rogers Center.
I feel like it depends though because so I went to the Weekend last year.
Mm-hmm.
I would not have liked that show if it was at Bud Stage. But like country concerts at Bud, no, I don't want to see them anywhere else.
Yeah,
Absolutely Bud Stage.
I just made me think about it because of Noah Khan because he went
Yeah.
from being at Bud Stage last year to 8 months later playing Scotiabank Arena. I love the fact that I was outside for that concert. Absolutely loved it. Will it still be great at Scotiabank Arena? 100%. But I would just prefer it. But someone like Rufus, I preferred it at Woodbine than I did at Bud Stage. Red Rocks over Bud Stage. Anything over Bud Stage.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. The like audio and stuff, which is not.
Yeah.
Whereas
think,
like I feel like it's better with country.
I think every venue in the city has their pros and cons. Like, for example, History is great, but again, it's only 2,000, 2,500 people, right? So, again, like seeing Ed Sheeran or Justin Bieber there must be the craziest thing ever. But realistically, you're never going to see anybody of that size perform
Yeah,
there.
Ed Sheeran performed there last year.
Yeah, that's sort of Bieber performed there this year. But again, those are like once a year shows where you get someone of that size.
Yeah, but as I'm saying, if you had to pick, like it doesn't matter what they should be at. If you had to pick a venue,
Drake Underground all day long.
really?
A 200-person venue where you're right there.
Well, yeah. If we're talking like, of course.
Okay,
Of
like,
course
I'm
a
like-
small venue. Yeah.
Like Drake Underground is so small
I
and
know,
intimate.
I've
I feel
been.
like I would be able to spit on the artist from the back of the venue. Like it's like a 250-person venue.
Okay, but also like let's say like we're just gonna talk like smaller venues if we're gonna go there. Like I'd rather see Justin Bieber play at History than play at Velvet Underground.
You would?
Yeah.
No, History's too big for me.
I just think like quality of things like the actual like you can still do like a show. It just
For me,
depends.
like I always think the smaller the better because it's more intimate. Like you remember, if someone's performing in front of 200 people, he can see all, or he or she can see all 200 people.
Yeah, I guess my question was way too open ended.
No, you think if you take away the like, there's only so many.
Take away the
artists
production.
I think for each venue for their size, I think History is one of the best because like it's big enough to be a big venue and have like cool production and like really cool stuff, but small enough that you still kind of feel a little intimate. Scotiabank Arena is great because it's fucking massive and you get to see the biggest artists in the world come to Toronto and play these cool venues, and the sound is amazing in all different angles and all different aspects of the venue. Rogers Center is cool because you can do the Eras tour, the Coldplays of the world, the Drakes, the Beyoncés, the Ed Sheeran, and
Drake hasn't played there.
okay, so everybody else that I said, Beyonce, Ed Sheeran, all these people, because it's massive. You can open the dome and
But
have
the
an
sound's
open
not
dome,
great.
but the sound's not good. Bud Stage, if you're on the first 300, if you're 100, 200, 300, the sound's great. But once you get to the four and the lawns, once you get to the fours, which is the lawns, the sound decreases, but the vibes are a lot higher. So there's so many different, like, and Drake Underground, you're never going to see anyone massive perform there. But so many artists that are from Toronto that got their started either Mod Club or Drake Underground. Like The Weeknd, his first ever live show was at Mod Club, which is now called
Access.
Access Club, yeah.
That was a 400-person venue. He did Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Sold out all three shows back to back to back.
Okay,
And that was the first time he was ever seen publicly.
This is gonna be a specific
That's The
question.
Weeknd.
Have you been to OVO?
No.
No. Have you been? Did you go to Bud Stage and Scotia?
I only did Bud Stage.
Okay, so it's relevant. Never mind. Skip the question.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. I have a question. What are our thoughts on 360 stages?
Love them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like them
Love
too. I just think it gives like
But
who recently had a 360 stage?
well, I just think about who the concert I went with you, Harry Styles.
Harry Styles. I was gonna say
Like,
that's the
that
last
was
one.
if the artist is good for it, like
Oh.
someone like Adele cannot do a 360 stage.
No.
But someone who's got the stage presence to run around, like Harry Styles was top 5
Unbelievable.
concerts, like
Yeah.
maybe not top 5, but for me top 10 ever. Like of that year, it was top 5 for sure. Maybe top 3 that year, maybe even top 2 that year.
You said it was top one.
Top 1 that year, maybe.
It beat Dua
phenomenal.
Lipa.
So 360 stages are really cool in that sense, but it takes a certain artist to do it. Like
True.
Coldplay could do a 360 stage.
Yeah. Ed Sheeran did it.
Sheeran could do a 360.
I think Zach
Travis-
Bryan is doing it.
Really?
I think so. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure he's doing a 360
I think
stage.
Mumford did a 360.
Really?
Really? I would
But
not
they didn't
expect
do,
that from
They
them.
didn't do a 360, but they did like.
That's not 360 though, because I was gonna say Travis Scott, but he did just two.
But if basically if it's surrounded, if there's crowds on all sides of the stage,
It's
then
360.
technically it's 360.
Okay.
Yeah, because Drake
But
did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drake did it. Travis
Drake's
Scott did
360.
it. Kanye
Drake's
did
perfect
it.
for it because again, he's a rapper. He's got stage presence. When Mumford did it, they had the band set up on 2 sides, but it was technically a.
Where did you see
360.
Mumford?
Toronto,
Where?
Scotiabank, and Bud.
Really?
So the first time I ever saw Mumford was they were coming and actually the girl I went with reminds me of you a lot. This girl Maya Carapara, I can't remember her last name. Anyways, like, she has your vibe too. Yeah, maybe I'll introduce you guys. You guys could be friends.
Is she from Vancouver? Or
She
no?
lives in Vancouver now. She does
She
TikTok.
TikTok.
and stuff.
Okay, I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
I've seen her.
You guys have
Yeah.
a very
I've
similar
seen
vibe.
her.
Like, now that I just thought about it, I'm like, you guys kind of remind me of each other. So I went with me, George, my brother, and her. She was a massive fan, and I didn't know who Mumford was until maybe a week before the show. They cleaned up at the Grammys, like cleaned up. They won like 5 awards. I'm like, folk music won best album or best new artist. I'm like, what the fuck? Googled it, and I was just like, all right, The Cove, what's this shit about? Listened to it, and I was like, yeah, I'm in. And I messaged Mark Russell.
The Cave.
You know Mark Russell.
The
Yeah.
Cave.
The Cave? Whatever. Anyways, so I emailed him.
Big fan.
Big fan. Yeah.
Yeah, I emailed him, and he's like, yeah, I got you. He got me like 4 tickets at face value, like 200 levels, row 2 or something. And I was just like, yep, done.
I saw them in Niagara.
Oh, you into that outdoor festival thing?
Yeah, I bought it for my ex for his birthday, but I was the fan.
Who was your ex?
No one, none of your business.
Anyways, what's okay to both of you? Best concert you've been to in the last 5 years?
You know my answer, but I'm gonna switch it up.
Yeah, don't say your generic one. Sarah, over to you.
See, I want to say Coldplay, but it's not 5 years because of 2017.
good.
So
Respect
I'm
the
like,
honesty.
I just
What's
love
been 5
them
years?
so much.
2019.
2019, yeah. Oh gosh,
I don't even remember what I went to last year.
I know.
You
Oh.
like. See, I was like, I've always like loved going to concerts, but I was never as big of a concert goer as I am now. Like I
Until
always,
you met me?
Same.
yeah.
Really?
I like would go to like a solid maybe 3 shows a year, maybe 4, but it had to be like artists I love. But I just didn't see sometimes like. I was just talking about this with someone. I would rather listen on the radio to an artist than sit in the 300 levels at Scotiabank Arena for a concert now.
What?
Yeah.
You sound so fucking privileged.
That was very privileged in me, and I agree, but I cannot anymore. I can't.
But the vibes, like, don't you just like? I just love the atmosphere.
It depends. I went for Kanye, and then we sat 300s. You know what? I had a great time. It ended up being a great show, and I enjoyed it. But again, maybe it's because of the way he performed. But like, there's certain artists I would not care to see. But maybe because it's because I have to be an artist that I'm absolutely obsessed with.
Danny,
like Zach
I
Bryan,
have
I'm not paying
tickets-
$1,000. Like,
I have tickets to,
it has to be someone good.
let's say,
No, I'm picky.
who's coming up
I can
soon.
sing. I'd rather listen on the radio in the car, blast it.
Like, that's ridiculous to me.
But maybe it's because of just I've been going to concerts.
You want tickets from a radio show to, I don't know.
No, but I'm not winning. I'm gonna go if I win. It's free. Obviously, you're gonna go.
Okay, so what if all you had left in the budget this month?
But again, I think I'd have to really love the artist. So maybe that's where I should have backtracked a
That's
bit.
fair, I guess.
Like
yeah.
I've been going to concerts lately for someone like a lot with you, but even for people that like I'm a fan of, but they're not one of my number one artists. Mumford & Sons, 100%.
Okay, that's fair.
But like for someone who I'm like iffy about, like I wouldn't. Why
Really?
spend the money?
That's fair.
But I'd pay any day lawn over good tickets at Bud Stage.
See, I'm the difference. I'd rather see. I don't like the lawn at Bud Stage.
I don't mind it.
Same.
I don't like the lawn.
I don't mind it. Like I love
just-
the lookout now,
Everyone's
but
like the vibe. It's like I'm so used to sitting in a seat with people,
Yeah.
like with the person I went with. If I'm going alone, then maybe I'll go lawn. But I did Morgan alone in the like front row 200 level, and I had the best fucking time ever.
yeah.
And I was just vibing by myself the whole time. And I felt bad because I sold a ticket beside me, and the girl showed up, and she's like, "How'd you get this ticket?" I was like, "Oh, I bought it online." You know what I'm saying? I'm like, "How'd you get it?" She's like, "I bought it online too." I was like, "I know you bought it. That was my ticket." I felt so terribly bad about it. But yeah, okay, well, I wouldn't even, Sarah, I'm not gonna say it to you. It's the same question to you because I feel like you're just like you'll sit anywhere. You're there for the vibe.
I'll sit
you know?
anywhere. It's like, I don't know. I describe it the same way as like Disney. Like, I just like seeing people see their favorite person.
I know that's also nice too.
Like, it's so cool. Like, it's just so fun. Like, you can't
I think
have
it's
a
just
bad
social
time, you know?
Honestly, I'm with you. Do you know what I did? And this is kind of a good segue into concerts with strangers. But I took a friend to see her favorite artist. I've done it a few times now, and one was Luke Combs, and had no idea who this artist was. And a friend of mine was a massive. And this fucking poor girl cried at the concert, like tears of joy. And I was like, I'm so fucking happy right now for you. And like even Sammy, I took Sammy to see this artist called Sam Fender, because he was playing for
Danforth.
Yeah, but who opened up for them? Almost Monday, or
No, it was
someone we had on the podcast opened up for these guys. So we went to go see the opener, which I never do. I hate going to see the openers 95% of the time.
Same.
And yeah, I'm like Sam. I don't care at all. But they were opening for Sam Fender, so I went, and she's the biggest Sam Fender fan and knew every song and danced around like a little bunny the whole time. And I was just like, I'm so happy for you. I don't know a single fucking song, and I'm so happy just watching you be happy. But yeah, for me, I wouldn't buy tickets in the 300 normally. Like I'm just the type that I want to be close enough to see. But let's say you called me, you're like, Rick, I got tickets in the 300. Like, do you want to go? Cool. Like tickets are $150 or whatever. I'd be like, sure, let's go. I wouldn't buy them, but if someone like came to me with the opportunity and like this was what we're doing, this is, it's a Thursday night, we're hanging out, instead of going to the bar.
I would agree with that. Maybe that.
So you would buy tickets in the 300.
But it depends the cost. Like I wouldn't pay more. Like I think right now I'm just a bit bitter, just seeing the price of tickets right now in Toronto.
Okay, so this perfectly segues us.
Just because like Zach Bryan tickets, like I'm trying to get some for my sister,
Impossible.
and it's just like stupid. And then someone was trying to sell me her tickets, 300 level, row 21 for $500. No, like listen to the fucking radio.
That seems cheap.
Okay, it wasn't. It was maybe a bit
Last minute, guys. Last minute.
I was just like, huh? I was like, I'm not paying like for like up in the like. Okay, like my nose is gonna actually start bleeding.
Dramatic.
Imagine going to Rogers Center, seeing someone row 53.
Taylor Swift. I'll sit outside. I don't give a fuck. If I don't get tickets, I'm telling someone to open up their balcony door. I'm going to City Place. Whoever's got the best view, I'm gonna sit there, and I'm gonna go.
But yeah, I just like felt like I was like, okay, I'm not, like that's just like a waste of money. But then again, I'll spend stupid money on stupid things.
See, this is what it all comes back down to. I refuse to spend money on like nice physical items.
Same.
These jeans are from Walmart. These boots are Walmart. The shirt was given to me for free. Half the things I own are promo items.
I'm in all merch right now.
Yeah, like 90% of what I own or what I wear is merch. So I refuse to spend money on nice things. Like a buddy of mine told me about a $150 t-shirt. I was like, that's the most stupid thing ever. But then I'll go to a bar and a bottle's $500. I'm like, yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, it is what it is. Like normal. That sounds about right. We split in this. Cool. $250 each. Let's do this. I don't even think twice.
I don't know. I feel like I'm
like
a bit
an
different in
experience.
that.
Like again, we're gonna go to London. If Olivia Rodrigo's playing in London that weekend, we're gonna go to London. And Olivia Rodrigo tickets are $300 each. Yeah, sure, no problem. Let's do it. I won't even think.
Yeah,
twice.
that's not that expensive.
Okay, let's say it's
Compared
I won't
to,
think about
like-
it. I won't even think. I won't bat an eye. I'm like, oh, that's what the night costs. Okay, let's do this. I'm in. But like my brother bought AirPods for $300, and I like scolded him for an hour.
See, I love my.
I was just like, John, you
love
spent
my
$300 for AirPods. You could have bought them on DHL. You could have got the Japanese versions for like $50.
I got some on Amazon for $40 and they're perfect.
Yeah, and I'm like,
But
why
that's
would you
because
do
I
that?
lose my AirPods. I'm like, I can't waste something. But like, I'll spend money on clothes and stuff.
Yeah, I refuse to. Okay, we'll talk about ticket prices getting stupid and getting out of control. You do concerts with strangers. That's kind of like what kind of started this whole friendship. And I was actually Sarah's fan first before we were friends.
It's true.
I used to mess around. I'm like, I'm so here for this series. Like, Sarah, I don't even know you, but I'm just fucking here for this because I love the idea of what you're doing. Like, you're making people happy, getting to see them with their favorite artists, and like the whole concept behind it is like actually truly like heartwarming.
Thank
So
you.
how did it start? Did it actually start with like I actually have an extra ticket to a concert? Like, did someone bail on you? Is it like?
So there's kind of like two parts to it. I've always wanted to do something like that. And when I think I was like 20, and I was with my little sister, and we went to go see Florida Georgia Line, and we were in probably the 300s, and I think this was in Hamilton, and we walked
Danny
up.
wasn't there then.
I've been to concerts in Hamilton and I've been in the 300 levels there.
Anyway,
It's a random fact I had literally the other day because I was annoyed. Anyways.
whatever. Continue, Sarah. Sorry
So-
to interrupt.
We went up to this guy who worked at the venue, and we're like, hey, like, can you let us know where our seats are? And he looks at the tickets and he's like, yeah, these suck. Don't you want to be on the floor? And we're like, yeah, like, that'd be sick, but obviously we're not. He's like, no, like, you should just go be on the floor. So he gave us floor seats. And ever since then, I'm like, how do I do this job? Like, what do I have to go to school for to be able to do this? Because that was like such a highlight.
That's also pretty privileged.
No, I don't think so.
You got free. I've been given free things as well. Sorry, I'll get to this after. You continue the story first.
No, like, I mean, I've seen this happen at shows on multiple occasions, and it's just like people who are having a good time. Like, I mean, they do it with Taylor Swift, with like the Swifties, where like they bring people up from like high up and then bring them to the floor.
My cousin and her friend were at Beyonce at Rogers Center. They had tickets for the 200 level, and they were standing by guest services, and my cousin's friend was trying to post an Instagram. And so she's sitting on her phone trying to post an Instagram, and someone came up to them, was like, hey, where you guys seated? They're like, oh, 200s. They're like, hey, we got VIP seats for you guys. We're upgrading you.
Like, I think it just happened. Like, I just think it just happens.
It's happened to me with basketball before too. Like, I've sat not courtside but second row, but I was also like wearing like massive fan gear. Like, I had my face painted
what do you
that
think
day.
when you go to like a Jays game and you get and someone gets the prize on the thing?
If that's a sponsored thing, this is
No,
just like a
people
random
walk
person.
around like me. What I used to do, we walked around and we said, oh, that looks like a good fan today. You go up and talk to them, see if they're good for it, and then you get picked. It's all by luck.
Okay, fair enough. Proven wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong on that.
Like, I was gonna say, I think it's a luck thing, but I mean, I could be wrong.
Yeah, no, my bad.
No, it's okay. But that's like part one of it. And then part two is I literally did have an extra ticket to Morgan Wallen. So I bought tickets in December. I bought 2 floor seats and 2 lawn seats. It was the day after my birthday. The show was going to be the day after my birthday. And I was like, I don't know which one I'm going to want. And I don't know if anybody's going to want to come with me because tickets are $450 each. And I was like, that's, it's steep, but it's Morgan, so it's fine. So I was going to go with my little sister, and she got married in the summer. And the only time, she's a wedding photographer, the only time she could take off was for her honeymoon, was the Morgan Wallen show. And I was like, oh no, like none of my friends are going to pay this much money for a ticket. And a lot of my friends don't like country. So I'm like, well, I got to do something with it. And the show was in September. I moved into the city in March. And in June, I was just like, she told me she planned her honeymoon. And I was like, all right, well, I could sell it, like go by myself, but I don't know if I want to do that. So I was like, somebody on TikTok will want it. I'm like, there's a big community on TikTok. I'm just going to post it on TikTok. And that's what I did. I was like, I have an extra ticket. I was hoping somebody would want to come. I was like, if they want to pay for it, I'm sure somebody would pay something for it. And then 1,200 people commented saying they wanted to come. And I was like, oh, that's a lot. And they all had different reasons of like their boyfriend had tickets and then they sold the tickets so they couldn't go, or like took the tickets from them. They couldn't afford it. Like they couldn't get the verified fan, but they were a really big fan. I was like, oh my God, all these people are missing out on live music, which in my opinion is one of the greatest things in the world. So I was just like, I just want to do something with this. So I just started looking at concerts, and I think Luke Bryan was the first one that came up. Like, I'm a big country music fan and like pop. And I was like, I'm just going to throw some money at it. So bought 2 floor seats, did the same thing, like posted I had an extra ticket, and then same thing. I think there was like 600 comments, and took somebody, and it was Keith who I took. Bless his soul, going to a concert with a stranger and being the first one to do it. Because so many comments were like, this is a scam. Like, you are gonna get scammed. I'm like, no, guys, I promise. And it was fine. It was good. But that's how it started.
That's crazy.
It is wild too, because as a man doing it, there's no safety concerns about men doing it. Like,
There's a lot of safety concerns with women,
yeah,
like in
Like,
so
what-
many
what-
ways. And the fact that you're not just bringing women, you're bringing men as well. Like, it could go you never know. You obviously want to put trust in people, but you really can't trust.
Okay, so what's the main deciding factor when you're picking someone? Is it like the video that hits home the hardest? Is it, you vibe with this person, you feel comfortable? Like, what are you gonna do to win?
It's easier to rule them out than rule them in. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
The ones that give me really weird vibes or serial killer vibes are no's. The ones that are like, I don't even like this artist, but I want to go on a date with you, are no's.
That's fair.
But there's different reasons every single time. So I'm not looking for anything in particular. Like, I get the people who are like massive fans. And then there's also people who are going through a hard time, like going through a breakup. Their parents passed away, like they struggled with whatever, and this artist means a lot to them. So there's no like criteria.
It's like
you
kind of
have
like
to
what you
meet.
said before. You love watching people watch their favorite artists. So it's like, you, by doing this, it's like you're basically giving yourself that opportunity to do that instead of just going with a friend who may be a fan, may not be a fan. Like,
Yeah.
I've been to concerts before. My friend's like, oh no, but I'll go with you. Or I've done the same with her. But I loved going because I was watching her have the best time.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, it's way more fun to go with somebody that's like a
Massive fan.
Massive fan. Absolutely.
Even if you're not a massive fan, going with someone who's a massive fan is a fun night.
100%.
But if you're the right type of person, like there's certain people that I'm friends with that I would rather go to a concert with you, knowing that you're going to either be a massive fan because we have similar taste in music, or you're going to enjoy me having a good time. So you're going to have fun then versus going with a friend who does not care about the music, isn't going to really have fun because they don't like the music.
Yeah, agreed.
Does that make sense?
You don't want to go with someone who's doing you a favor by going.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing
Like
worse.
if they don't see like the satisfaction and like enjoying it, like what's the point?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Am I being too harsh? Like
No,
but I
you're
just-
100% right. Because even for sports, like, okay, this is different. But like when I go on a date with somebody, I'll ask like, are you a Leaf fan or a Raptor fan? If they're like, no, like, whatever, I go every now and then for work or something. I'm like, cool, I'm not going to take you to the game.
Oh, it's just not worth it.
It's just not worth it.
But if you had someone be like, oh my god, yeah, I've been a Leaf fan.
Yeah,
for-"
like I've
like,
even
I
done
love
this with,
going to
close
games.
friends before on like Instagram. I'm like close friends, like, hey, has anybody not been to a game this year? Like, I can't go. The game's in 2 hours. I'm the type. I'd rather give the tickets to a friend or a person who really deserves them than sell them for a massive loss. Like, there's nothing worse than losing a lot of money on like a Leaf game or a Raptor game or a concert ticket or any event. Like, I hate losing a lot of money on an event. I'd rather do a good deed for someone where it's like, hey, this is a good thing that you just did. Like,
Yeah.
it feels good. And I don't know if it's like, you just know that you did the right thing. Like, I don't know, it happens a lot, like, especially with like concerts. Like, there's a lot of concerts I get tickets for, like either free or I buy, and then last minute you kind of can't go. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, like, wait, who's a massive fan? Like, I did it for Aerosmith. The Aerosmith one.
Oh yeah, that was a story.
Yeah, I didn't know Aerosmith wasn't happening. I didn't know it got rescheduled. Missed that email apparently. But yeah, no, I can't do what you do, and I respect it so much because you must also get some insane messages. Like, I can only imagine.
Or like if someone, what's the craziest thing that happened when someone didn't get picked?
I don't think there's really
Nothing?
Oh, you
no,
lucky
like
then.
some people like are like, oh, I wish it could have been me,
But nothing
like,
mean.
No,
I'm
I don't-
shocked about that because I feel
Yeah.
like even like from like artists that we've had, like they say like everyone says like Michael said this, people on TikTok are mean and like they're
Yeah.
harsh. Like if he doesn't release a song on time, like they're mean to him. So it's like if you didn't get picked, like I feel like someone could be like angry.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they are, but they don't tell me. They don't
good.
tell me
No,
that
you
they
don't
are.
see
Those
Nice.
comments then. Who knows?
They're
No, I mean,
blocked.
I don't get that many. Like, I don't get that many comments. But my community is so nice on TikTok that when people stitch videos, you'll get people commenting on their videos, being like, "I hope she picks you," and like tagging me, and like, "This guy's such a big fan." So that's very nice to have the support. And in the beginning, when I started doing this, I remember there was a guy from like Halifax who made a video, and somebody commented on it being like, she wouldn't choose you even if the show was, or even if you were from Toronto or something like that. And I went and commented back on this guy's comment. I'm like, don't be a dick. Like, I'm going to go and say, because like, that's not cool. Like, that's not what this is about. And I like literally was like, if I'm ever out in Halifax, like, love to take you to a show or whatever, because I hate that. Like, don't be mean. Just don't be mean.
See, the cool part about this is too, it's like what you're doing is one, it's a good thing you're doing. It's like generally a good thing. You're doing it for the right reason. But two, the opportunities for this are very big. Like, I'm not saying you're ever going to get to the point where you have millions of followers doing this, but like there's a very good chance you could do this, not as a career, but as like a real thing where it's like you're going to be getting paid. Each concert will be sponsored by a different company doing a different thing. And like you might be able to pick that guy from Halifax and pay for his flight to come to Toronto and go to that thing. Like, that's a very real possibility, whether it's this concert season or next concert season. Like, that would be fucking cool. To be like, hey, you know what? Fuck you, you hater, user 35793. Yeah, I'm gonna take Johnny from Halifax to the next Drake concert. Fuck you for being a hater.
Yeah.
Well, it's just kind of nice too, is because like you're doing this for people from like all walks of life. Like you could have someone who's just
Like, the guy who's blind.
Yeah.
Joe.
Joe.
Post Malone
Oh,
concert.
I
Or,
love
like,
Joe.
you could have someone who's going through something like that, someone who's in a breakup, someone who lost someone in their family, or someone who's just genuinely like a fan. Like
Yeah.
there's not actually, you don't like, it's not, like you don't have to be
No,
going.
I get it.
You don't actually have to be going through something to be able to go to the concert with you.
No.
That's
But then
what
you also get the opportunity to take people who are going through. So it's like anyone.
That's why I asked what the criteria was. Like, how do you win? Because maybe you've got a set like 10 things and you rate them 1 to 10 or something. It's like, no, it's like, hey, you're not a serial killer. I resonate with you. This video like hit a nerve. You win, kind of thing. Like, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, no, there's no, like I said, it's easier to take the ones
off the
out,
list?
but it is so stressful picking. Like,
I would not imagine, because there's must
I
be
just like, you know what, you guys go fuck it.
Well, no,
You three, I love you.
Again,
I'm buying an
going
extra
back
ticket.
to like someone going through something, how do you hear from someone, oh, my mom just died, and then you pick someone who's like, I'm just the biggest Morgan Wallen fan in the world, but like, you know what I mean? Like, how do you actually differentiate it? Like, everyone like could
so
do-
many people deserve to win, right?
yeah,
It's like, how do you
like
pick
for so many
someone?
different reasons.
100%. And I sit there and I go through them so many times. Like, I will do a full watch through of everything and then like copy and paste all the links and then remove the ones, like I said, that are serial killer vibes or that want to date me, and then get rid of them. And then I will go through again an hour later and I will go through again and I will keep doing it.
You give yourself breaks too, so you don't like just like, it's like fresh eyes almost every single time.
Like, I panic. I almost give myself anxiety attacks having to pick somebody. Like, I was in Vancouver when I had to pick somebody for Drake, and I was in the airport when I picked somebody for Drake, but I was panicking. I was like, I have to do it. Like, I have to give them enough notice. And I was like, I don't know who to choose. There's so many people. And I ended up making the video in the airport, but I was just like, I was so stressed because I don't know. And I just feel bad. Like, I'm just like, I want to take everybody. And if I could,
you would.
I would, but I can't afford to do
But
that.
maybe like manifesting you getting a sponsorship with like MLSE and like getting a suite.
No, bigger than MLSE, man.
Okay, we're talking Toronto right now, but even like just getting a suite so she can take like 30 of her people that stitch her.
I would love that. Like,
Come
I,
on.
What I see is like, maybe not Make-A-Wish, but like a good charity like that. That's like, you know, Sarah, what you're doing is fucking awesome. We're going to provide you the fucking tickets. We love what you're doing. Keep doing you. It'll be Concerts with Strangers presented by so-and-so here. We're going to get you all the fucking tickets you need. And then we're going to give you whatever the dollars you need to do the background work. Because obviously it takes time. Like,
Yeah, but-
this is not an easy job. Like, I can imagine, like, you know, if you got 600 entries, that's, let's say each entry takes a minute to watch, which is on the low end sometimes. Like, that's 600 minutes, 10 hours.
okay, but
That's then you got to rewatch them. Then you got to narrow it down. Like, that's like a fucking 50-hour week.
yeah, but you're like, this is way into the future because the maximum number of videos I've gotten has been 25.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like you get so many.
No.
Watching that. But still, again, like, it's one of those things where the possibilities are endless for you because you can keep doing this and eventually you can take it on the road and you can do so much more cool shit with it.
I want to. I want to do, like, I want to do like the Grammys. Like,
Yeah,
take people to the
yeah.
Grammys
What's like
and the
what's like
Oscars.
your next what's like the I guess your next goal would be with this.
I think just to bring, I mean, I did the NHL All-Star game and that was my goal recently, was to do sports.
Oh, and you hit it.
So, yeah.
Exciting. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so lovely.
So probably more sports things.
Okay.
After that, I don't know. Like,
You should do like a trip one. Like the Junos. in
yeah,
Halifax.
yes. I was thinking about that.
We should take her with us to the Junos
If we go.
if we go.
We just
Yeah,
gotta
what-
credit
We
it.
got accredited for the
Yeah,
Junos.
you told
It's kinda
you
cool.
told me right before
Yeah.
you did your interview, but
Yeah.
did you end up deciding?
So we officially
we
got
officially
it
got
today,
it
literally right
today.
before you got here. I'm sitting there.
Oh.
She's like, I'm supposed to go to New York that weekend now because we didn't hear, so I'm assuming we
I also
didn't get
read it
it.
at like 5:00, but I just
Yeah.
we got so busy, and then we're just talking, and then like you're literally walking up the stairs. I said, "Oh, by the way."
I haven't even read the email yet. So I had a feeling we were gonna get it because, like I told you, they called me about it.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, like which ones do you really want? Like we know who you are. Like we like what you do. Which ones do you want? I said, here are the ones we don't care for, right? Like this is what we want, like the meter room, the red carpet, like whatever. And she's like, yeah, we got it. I was like, and she said it like nonchalantly. I'm like, Daniel would randomly do that shit.
I'm
right?
really stressed
Oh,
right now that like
so and so just emailed us back. They want to come on the podcast. I'm like, hey, fuck off.
my brain is thinking like I want to go, but like, can I physically make it work? So I don't want to get excited if like I can't make it work. But I do think that like we should go. But is it possible for me right now?
It's
I
always
don't
fucking
know.
Possible.
Where
Okay.
there's a will, there's a way.
You try doing my classes in the middle of the busiest 2 months of
Sounds
my
like a
life.
you problem.
Yeah, it is.
I'm kidding. But no, you should do something like really cool where it's like you hit the road and. Do you have a media kit? I'm assuming you have a media kit.
No. No. I have like none of the things that I
Okay,
need.
you don't really either.
Without sounding really bad, I don't like. my incoming sales is really good.
I needed one the other day when I was trying to fill out something for London.
My incoming sales is really fucking
Yeah,
good.
it is
Like,
good.
Yeah, you shut
But
up.
still.
But Sarah, make a media kit and then email it to like all the brands in Toronto that are like big Toronto brands that like sponsor MLSE, that sponsor Live
Like
Nation.
sponsor like the events.
Yeah.
Like even like, some,
Yes.
like the like alcohol sponsors, the
Because what you're doing,
everything. Like
like I know you did something with, was it Ticket Picket?
Tick pick. Yeah.
Tick Pick.
Yeah.
Like StubHub or Vivid Seats. Like Ticket Pick is, I'm sure, great, but there's bigger brands that have like big sponsorship dollars for shit like this. And
Yeah.
again, you don't need much from them. You just want, hey, give me the tickets and cover the cost of doing this, right? For
Just
now,
tickets.
at least, yeah.
honestly, like I could like there's 2 influencers from Toronto that just got brought to the Grammys.
Who?
Yeah.
Jed.
Ooh.
He went to the Grammys.
Jed went to the Grammys with his girlfriend.
Jed and Jade went to the Grammys.
Yes. Oh my god, I
Wow.
hope I'm right.
Wow, that's
Yes, they
fucking
did.
huge.
Yeah. That's
They're not
Massive.
they're not in music
I'm bigger
either.
than them.
They're not in music either. They're focused. So it's like something like that. Like I could actually see that being in your future.
They're a hot couple though.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
like
it's
both them
facts.
individually, like straight up, like not I'm straight, but he's a very good looking dude.
Yeah.
He's jacked.
They went.
Good for them, man. Damn.
So like I think they went with Amex or MasterCard.
They're perfect.
Amex would be a great one
Visa.
because of
Bud Stage.
Bud Stage.
I know. I thought about that.
Have
But
you
I'm
emailed
like-
them?
No. But like you look at your following and it's like, look at all the followers you have. I'm like a micro
Yeah, but
influencer
yeah, but
in a
always
way.
have this. He didn't always
but
have
you're-
this.
but you have a good cause, a good reason. It's like brands can look at that and be like, this is good. This feels good. Hey, you know what, Sarah? We're gonna give you this. Wear our T-shirt when you go to the fucking concert. Some stupid
And-
something like.
The thing is with you too is that like obviously you can start somewhere, but it's easier for brands to give away like tickets than to give you monetary value. You'll obviously want both to grow
No,
yourself.
I just want tickets.
No, but you'd want both. Like in like you're doing something, but it's easier for them to give away. Half these big brands in Toronto already have seats.
Sarah,
Think about how many
the Pals
times-
podcast is gonna sponsor a concert for you.
Yes.
We're gonna give you tickets to a concert.
No, but
We don't
like,
know
how
which
many
one yet,
times-
but we're gonna do.
How many times do brands say, "Hey, I can't give you the money right now, but we'll send you 4 cases of beer," or "Hey, we can't give you the money."
She's looking for a little bit more than 4 cases of beer.
Get
value.
Huge actually. Not you know what I mean though.
Yeah, I
Or
get
like,
it.
oh, I can't do here. I can't do this. Here are seats.
Yeah.
Like MLSC, I went to a. Thank you so much, Vicky. I loved it.
I have a sponsor for you.
But staff tickets, like
Nick
they give
Regina,
away,
Spark Financial
would be great.
is going to give you a set of tickets. Nick Regina, I'm setting this up right now. No, Spark Financial is great. They're big on like doing good in the community.
Okay.
And they're mortgage company. They also do a couple other things, but their main business is mortgages.
Okay.
Nick, I'm going to send you this fucking clip. You're going to sponsor Sarah. You're going to give her a set of tickets to a concert for Concerts with Strangers. Hear this. Or he's got Leaf tickets too. He's got Leafs and Raptor tickets.
Okay. I haven't done. I mean,
We're gonna call him right after this podcast, and he's gonna do it. You're gonna
my
do
God, you
something
guys.
with him because what you're doing is a good like. And you know what the part again? I do social media, and I've got my following, and I'm getting bigger, and my content is like in the big picture so meaningless, and it's just cheeky and it's fun, but it's meaningless.
it's not meaningless.
But there's no like.
It's not.
Look, it's me. Like I get it. I have no problem saying this. Just like there's no talent behind it. It's just cheeky stuff that I'll put a
There's
smile.
no
on your face.
substance.
Yeah, there's no there's no
Sorry.
meat to it, right? What you're doing is actually such a good fucking cause, and it's such a good, meaningful thing that like can literally change somebody's life.
Again.
And I have like I don't know how many more followers than you, which is like you see something like that, you're like, we should switch followers. I would give you my account, but I need it. I need it, but we should. Like, I just you see people doing really good things. Like there's so many times I come across a TikTok and I'm like, this is fucking amazing. You see the creators like no, like they have like 2,000.
Okay,
followers.
Ricky, I'm gonna make we're saying this right now. Let's say in a year or two, you're like, I'm done with this. Let's say you get in a relationship, you're TikTok, you're just not into it, you're backing out, something happens, you have a family, whatever. You'll give your account to Sarah if she's still going.
I need this account.
Why? No, you're
There's
done.
Too much money.
You're
in it.
done with TikTok.
There's too much money.
Yeah, but you're
in it.
done with it. You're done with it. Let's say you don't continue. There's something that happens in the next 2 years that you're like, I'm done with this, and you
Yes,
stop.
Sarah, you can have it.
Well,
Thank you.
If I let's say
I'm holding you accountable. If something happens, if God forbid, you're like, I'm dropping this right now, your account goes to Sarah before anyone else. If you can get
Done.
money for it, no, it's going to Sarah.
done.
Like, that's not the plan. Like, we don't plan on you not doing TikTok, but
Maybe.
How about this? Knock on wood. If I die, you can have my TikTok.
Oh, don't say that.
whoa, no. Where's
Or
the
real
wood?
quick. I wasn't.
but like,
I
if
was
it's
saying
like
like,
what-
oh, like
on.
maybe you have a baby and like
No,
you
but
fully have
let's
to
say-
quit. Like you're not into
There's a
it.
better, there's a better chance of me dying than if there's a better chance of me dying than just like giving up my TikTok. But like if I die, like for all my finances goes to my nephew. I went to the bank, I set that up. Like my nephew gets all my like money. My TikTok is something you can't just give to a nephew, so you can have it.
Thank you. That's
So
very sweet.
I'll leave a note in my bed or something with my phone password, and then just transfer the account to him. Then you can do that. It'll be your responsibility.
Okay.
If I do, I've always said this. If I do
Oh my
die,
God, you're giving
my
me-
funeral is gonna be a party. I don't want a single person wearing black.
You're gonna give me your password.
I'll give you my password. That's what it takes for me to get my password. I have to die first. I'm gonna write it down in like a voice memo.
Okay, that's funny. Anyways.
So, but Sarah, yeah. So, what's on the goal list for this year? More sporting events.
Sporting events and just concerts. I literally have like a concert master list of every single show I want to go to by month.
Do you have any shows like coming up? Because like right now we're hitting concerts. Like March and April are insane.
We
in
are in concert season now.
I know. Don't look at me.
Bad
Yeah.
Bunny is next week, and that I feel like Bad Bunny officially kicks off concert season.
That's next week.
Bad Bunny is.
Why
next
did I
week.
think that was April?
It's next
So did
Thursday.
I. thought
No
it was
Next
way.
Thursday. Bad Bunny. I don't have my phone on. I have tickets to
Really?
Bad Bunny.
Really?
That'd be fun, but he's not dating Kendall Jenner anymore.
What's like the first thing that comes to your mind?
Tell me you know like actually like the lyrics to a Bad Bunny song.
No, but it looks fun. I'm
Yeah,
not
it looks
even
fun.
go.
It
Just
doesn't
like
even matter.
he seems like he's like a fun concert.
No, it looks fun.
Yeah, it probably is a good time. Yeah.
Okay, so more concerts, more sporting events.
No, it's April 4th, you
I was gonna
dummy.
say it's April. Yeah.
like literally like
Who's next weekend then?
Zach Bryan's 17,
17th,
18.
18th.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's next weekend.
And then Olivia Rodrigo's end of the month.
I didn't get tickets for that,
I know.
Neither did I. I mean,
and I'm an idiot. I got the email. It's like, hey, do you want early access to the tickets? I was like,
You also didn't get Zach Bryan tickets.
because they were too expensive.
I really needed them.
And it's back-to-back nights.
I
They're
know.
so bad.
Like, I just don't think he was big enough to sell out back-to-back nights and have this much of a demand.
Well,
for tickets.
and not have a resale on
And I was
Ticketmaster.
wrong. And I
Yeah.
was wrong.
Yeah.
I had access to buy 4 tickets to both shows.
Oh. Ooh, Ricky.
Do you know what it is? 'Cause I got burned with like a couple concerts back to back that I bought, and like I couldn't go, and I was gonna resell them, and like the face value was like nothingness.
Next week's the Eagles.
I think I was just like, okay, let's talk about that after. I think I was just like bummed out, and I was like, I'm not buying these fucking tickets. So I didn't do
Yeah.
Olivia Rodrigo, and I didn't do Zach Bryan, and I lost on both of them because those are massive shows now, and I'm just like,
Yeah. It's okay. Well, I don't know. Like, I've been really lucky after I started the series. So I invested $5,000 in tickets
good for you.
for the
That's really good
series. So, yeah, I invested $5,000 and I had some like labels approach me and they're just like, we love this. Like, do you want some tickets? So they've started giving me tickets, which is great because it's no longer breaking the bank. But now I don't actually know which shows I have coming up because
You're waiting on to hear, and sometimes
Yeah.
they don't tell you till like the day before. They're like, okay, here's your tickets.
Well, we should make sure that when we get guests on that do music, we should make sure that we take care of Sarah too.
Yeah.
I know it's a
Wow,
last
thank
minute
you.
thing 'cause you won't find out the thing, but then it's like one of those things where you should start. I don't want to say building a roster of like just good fans that didn't win.
Or like
Yeah.
people who are close by that you
Yeah,
know that
like
you could
Toronto
like.
people that you're like, these are good people that they didn't win this one, but they're going through some shit. They deserve a good night out.
oh, I keep track.
Because what you could do too is then like work with local restaurants and then you do dinner
Mm-hmm.
before, because now you have the following, so like you can build it where it's like, okay, at least your dinner and pre thing is paid for. Right?
Yeah.
Because again, you probably personally buy a couple. Oh no, you don't drink. You must buy like pop or water or something at these events. Like everything's not free. Like getting to the event costs a little bit of money.
Yeah, depending
The
where
water,
it is.
whatever
Yeah.
it is, right?
Yeah.
So, like history's not cheap to get to.
No, it's far.
Yeah.
It's so far.
Like, Bud Stage for you is fairly easy. You can walk.
I
there.
walk, yeah.
I was gonna say shit. I shouldn't have said that, but then you said it, so it's okay.
So what concerts do you have lined up right now, or which ones do you really want to go to that you like haven't got?
We've been
yet?
talking for an hour already. Holy
I
crap!
know.
Really?
I was
Sorry,
literally
what's-
saying before. I was like, oh, like we really need to try to limit ourselves more to an hour episodes.
Well,
But no, it's okay. Which concerts do you have coming lined up?
there's ones I want to go to.
okay,
which
which
ones?
ones?
I want to do Zach Bryan. I want to do Olivia Rodrigo. Dan and Shay. I want to do
She's at History.
Dan and Shay is at Bud.
Bud.
Yeah, I want to
Okay.
do that. Kane Brown is coming up. I'm gonna go see Russell Dickerson this
I don't know who
weekend.
Russell Dickerson is.
Country artist. He's great. He's a fantastic
Where's he?
performer. Rama.
I just went to Casino Rama for Dancing with the Stars.
Was it good?
The
No?
place. I got a hotel room too.
Oh, nice.
No.
No, okay, all right.
Dancing with the
Say this,
Stars
maybe
was
you might
great.
sponsor her,
Okay.
though.
No, but okay, you don't realize how many people have actually performed at Casino Rama. Like seeing on the
Yeah.
walls too, you're just like kind of like, holy shit, like this person's been
It's like
here.
Access Club,
But
too.
Casino Rama needs to be bought out by like Marriott, Hilton, someone. It needs a revamp. None of the restaurants are open there. Everything's closed. You're in the middle of nowhere. Like it's just the place itself.
It's not the vibes.
I didn't even walk into the casino. Like I think I would have been way too scared. But it's just like the place itself. Like you're in the middle of nowhere. There's still so much opportunity.
Yeah, but
It
there's
needs to be fixed.
but there's nothing in to be fixed. Yeah, I was gonna say there's nothing in that area that's a big venue unless it's like a hockey arena,
There's nothing.
But
right?
again, it is a casino with an
But
entertainment
Ricky,
venue.
it's not.
I know,
Like they
I know,
need to
definitely.
increase it. They just someone needs to buy it out. Someone needs to fix it, and just bring it back because it could have so much potential.
Agreed.
Anyways, that's just my thought on Casino Rama right now.
Well, I've never been, so I don't know. It could be great.
You'll have the best.
We're
we had a good
manifesting a
time.
good night for you. We're gonna
I think it's gonna be good.
Yeah, I had a good time, but it just I haven't been there in so long, so it was just different.
So this is a little rant. Well, not random. Still on topic. But what's the end goal for Concerts with Strangers?
I don't know if there is an end goal. Like I just want to keep doing it and keep meeting people and like watching people have the time of their life, like regardless of what that is. If it's concerts or sports or movie premieres, or I don't know if there actually is any sort of end goal. Like I want to do this and I feel accomplished. I just want to keep doing
doing
it.
it.
Do it
Yeah.
until you can.
Yeah.
It would be really cool if like every night you're doing something different.
Oh yeah. No, I'd love that.
Like just even in Toronto alone, like never mind what could happen like New York or LA or Vegas or one of those places, but just in Toronto alone, between Leafs, Raptors, concerts, special events, there's something going on 3 to 4 nights a week in the city. Like
100%.
More.
big events.
Yeah, but
Like
even
tonight,
like there's
there's a
smaller
Leaf game.
artists too.
Yeah.
Like I just went to go see Preston at Axis, and it was such a fun time.
Who'd you go with?
Vicky,
Oh, that's fun. Did you see anybody else there?
yeah, tons of people. All of
Yeah, very
Universal
cool.
was there.
Awesome. Were you there?
No.
Oh,
No.
you should have brought Sarah next time.
Next time I will.
Next time.
We saw each other at Michael Markagi, like we said, and we kind of started chatting. But I love that you go to a lot of the events too, because that's like a networking thing for you, right?
Yeah, but I don't network.
No, you don't meet.
No,
like, all
see the extrovert thing. No.
Stick by Ricky.
Well,
So I
that's
get
how.
that too.
But that's how like we ended up like chatting. I was going to something. I can't remember what show was it? Was it Preston? No, it was
I was there. Was it not?
Tabulu.
Oh, Zach.
Zach.
Zach Tabulu.
Yeah.
And then we
I
went out
messaged
after.
her. I was like, "Hey, I don't know what you're doing, but like we're going to this private show. I feel like it's up your alley. You came, and that was
Yeah.
like, I think the first time we actually met. Was it, or did we know each other before?
Well, you had messaged me on TikTok or Instagram, I think, because you ended up giving me tickets
Yeah, I
to
Can't remember.
what show was it?
Bud Stage. The show at Bud Stage, I think.
Jason Aldean.
Jason Aldean.
I think it was Jason Aldean. Yeah.
Already doing good things.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Oh no, like
I'm a fan from day one.
no, Ricky is
I
a
know.
gem.
I
Is a
love it.
gem.
I heard about you before I met you. Ricky
I
like
was
talked about you all the
I
time.
love what you're doing. I think it's fucking phenomenal.
No, you literally have been a fan since like day one, and I very much appreciate it. But like, I do keep track of every single person who like comments on all of my things or like makes videos. I'm always like, oh well, if they ever make a video again, like there was the guy that I had taken to Pitbull. He has been
my God, that was
following
amazing.
along. Thank you.
Like he went right into it.
He went so hard. It was amazing. But like he had been following for a really, really long time too. And I just like, there's a little, it's in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's cool. Like I would never have met these people otherwise. I went out for lunch with the girls that I gave the tickets to for the Jonas Brothers. And like we just went out to Kelsey's the other day and I'm like, in what world would we have met? Like, and nobody, like there's nobody that I had any mutual friends with that I have taken. Like it just never would have happened.
I love that. That's awesome.
We asked this question to all our artists, but we can ask you because it's pretty much the same. But like, what's your dream venue you'd want to go to?
Oh, Red Rocks or the Sphere. Yeah.
Both answers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sphere is my favorite. Red Rocks is hers. The Sphere is one of the.
I haven't been to the Sphere yet, so I can't say.
It's just like the whole time you're just like, oh, what
Yeah.
the fuck's happening? Like this is insane.
Yeah. It
Like,
looks
it's
so
just-
sick.
Just insane. I want to ask, what's your? And I know this is a tough question to answer. Out of all the concerts with strangers you've done, what's the most memorable one that stands out? And memorable is defined by whatever you want to define it by.
It's kind of a tie, to be honest with you.
Between who and who?
Joe, who I took to Post Malone, and then Pitbull.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great
Sachin and
concerts.
Pitbull.
I love how you just say Pitbull. You don't say Enrique.
Sachin, no,
and
I know,
Ricky
but
Martin.
because me and Sachin were dressed as Pitbull, so I was like,
Best thing ever.
No, when you guys did like the dance and stuff, that was like all over my TikTok. You guys were like, it was so perfect, and the fact that someone actually, because you can probably tell somewhat their vibe by the videos, but not
Yeah.
really. If someone's like,
Serial killer or not serial killer? That's the vibe.
yeah, but like you don't really know how they're gonna be. Like they could be like, yeah, okay, I'll dress up, but then like get there and be like all awkward.
yeah.
No, he was like into it.
Yeah.
Like, this is like, I'd go to a concert with him. He looks fun.
Oh, he was so fun. Like, just such an angel, but like down to have the best time ever. And I just, I went to see Pitbull in October, and I didn't dress up as Pitbull. I mean, you dressed up as Pitbull, and iconic move.
I loved it.
It was just so fun. And then I was like, people can think it's silly, but at the end of the day, we're all just floating on a giant rock. So I don't care.
And I agree with you. Like I know, because in your video when people are talking shit about you, even if they don't comment talking shit, but like you can tell just by shares. Like when you got too many shares for comments or saves or likes, something's happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
And 99, maybe not 9, but 95% of my followers, maybe a little bit more, are friendly, like happy-go-lucky people that are just here to smile and just escape reality sometimes and just laugh. But then you get the people, I'm like, I know people are talking shit about this. Like I dressed as Pitbull as a 33-year-old man going to a concert with my mother, who also dressed as Pitbull. I know people are talking shit, and I literally could give two fucks. So I'm like, you know what? Knock on wood. If I die tomorrow, I can say I went and I did on my last day of Earth, I dressed up as Pitbull with my fucking 60-something-year-old mother and had the best night of our fucking lives. And we drank, and we, by the end of the night, I remember like my mom had to go home, like literally she's like driving home dressed as Pitbull, or she was like Ubering home dressed as Pitbull. Like we're walking down King West to my home dressed as Pitbull.
Do you really think they are talking shit though?
Oh, I know people talk shit about.
Really?
I literally don't care.
I think it's so iconic. Like that's just like,
I don't mind at all, because at the end of the day, it's like if you're talking shit about me, you're still talking about me. Like your life is that miserable, but you have to talk about me. You have nothing better to
I have
talk
a question
about.
about this. Do you think, because like the whole dressing up for concerts is like fairly new, I think, for this modern era.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Like it may have happened in the past. It took a big break. Do you think it adds pressure to people going to the shows if they're not dressed up or not? Like Beyonce, when she's like, oh, I want everyone to dress up like this. Like, do you think people feel that extra added, or the Taylor Swift Eras tour?
I think it adds.
Or do you think it adds more of a sense, or do you think it like more community?
If you're not dressed up, it doesn't downgrade your experience. It doesn't downgrade what the concert is. It doesn't downgrade anything. But if you do dress up, it elevates your experience.
agreed.
Like,
Yeah.
I didn't have bracelets. I dressed up for Taylor Swift. I didn't know the bracelets was a thing. TikTok didn't tell me that at the time. And I was just like, fuck, I wish I had bracelets. And then a little kid comes up to me and hands me a couple of bracelets. You're just like, I didn't know what to fucking say.
Yeah.
Like a 5-year-old girl came up to me. We're having lunch, me and my mom, like literally before the show. We're dressed up, right? And I got like heart glasses. I'm dressed for Taylor Swift. Which also I know people talk shit about, but again, I don't give a fuck. And this little 6-year-old like walks by. I'm like, oh my God, I love your bracelets. And she goes, you don't have any. Do you want one? I'm like, bless your fucking heart. And then gives one to Elaine too. Like,
So cute.
I'm like, I don't have anything to give you. I'm like, here's $5. Shit, what do you say? Like, I'm like, can I
That's
pay? The
cute.
mom's like, no, don't worry.
Here's some candy, little girl. Like,
Yeah, her mom's like behind her. I'm like, this, great job. Like, fuck, man.
that is really cute.
Just, oh man, Taylor. Again, I've never been to a Taylor Swift concert, but it is literally life changing. Sorry, I'd never been to one. Now that I have, it's actually life changing. I respect everything she does. That woman can do no wrong in my books.
Yeah. Can agree.
Honestly, I think I'm good. You
Yeah.
got anything else? Sarah, you got anything else you want to talk about?
I don't think so.
Anything else on your mind?
I could talk. Listen,
We can always-
we could talk.
we
You
can
want to
always
talk?
just- we did.
We were here for like a
our,
long time.
Our dinner that we did that one night was actually amazing. Like we sat there and talked for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
If
like,
you want to do like a
literally.
locals
Like,
only
we could
dinner, we
talk.
could do that. Yeah, I can't tonight. I can't go to locals only tonight, but I'm actually going to bingo soon, which I'm really excited
Oh,
for.
that's fun.
Yeah, I'm.
I think we're supposed to go next week. want
Bingo?
to join.
Okay.
Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
We're going to bingo next Tuesday.
Okay.
If like if we ever have an episode, but
She'll come here.
we'll
we
let
have,
you know.
We have an episode with
Okay.
a real estate. Real estate agents are fucking perfect to sponsor you.
Okay.
Like a good real estate firm.
Okay.
I got a couple ideas for you.
Thank you.
But yeah, we're doing a podcast with Nick Hill. He's a real estate agent. Excuse me.
Can we just say TBD right now?
Sure.
Or we give time too much just in case things change the next week.
Anyways, we're going. You got to come with us.
Bingo.
We'll do another local
Yeah.
family night.
Okay.
But yeah, Sarah, I really think you need to get a media kit and just start firing it off to everyone, because there's a 0% chance you won't find people to sponsor this, because it's just such a good thing. Like, you watch the videos and I'm like, I feel so happy for them, for you, for the guest. I feel happy. Like, watching what you do makes me want to go and do something good.
And I'm just glad that like you've had great experiences.
Yeah.
Like obviously not
Yeah.
all great, but like majority have been great. You have been able to you've wanted to continue doing it.
Oh yeah, they've all
Because
been
like there could have been
fantastic.
there could have been one that just ruins everything.
Yeah.
But thankfully everything's been good for you. So
No, we're good. I think we're like 25 for 25.
it's amazing.
You've done 25?
I think so. Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
I think so. It's
We
been
will
a lot.
sponsor 50. The Pals will sponsor 50. Whatever
Okay.
the 50th one is.
No idea.
As long as it's okay, just pick like a smaller phone. That, like,
It's gonna
we
be
can
Taylor
afford.
Swift.
Yeah, pick one that we can afford.
Pick Taylor Swift.
We
Ricky's
don't-
paying,
we
not
currently
me.
don't have a sponsor on the podcast. so we don't have that
Ricky
much
will
money.
have to come if that's the case.
Yeah.
It's gonna be with me and Ricky.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to come too.
No, we could do the Lookout. I have a season's pass for the Lookout, like I told you last year. So I'll make sure.
I love the
Thank
Lookout.
you.
I actually love the Lookout.
The
too.
Lookout's one of my
I'm-
favorite places.
if
There's
I'm
room,
gonna-
there's a bar.
Yeah.
I can
Bathrooms?
stand.
Clean
I can
bathrooms?
dance. I don't have to sit squashed up. I
Yeah.
love the Lookout. Bud Stage, Lookout, best spot.
Yeah, I would.
It's my favorite.
100%.
I've still never been. So
Sarah.
Yeah.
Anyway, Sarah, if people want to find out more about, first off, thank you. Thank you
Oh,
for coming
yeah.
on. This was nice.
thank you for having me.
If people want to find out more about you, concerts with strangers, everything you're about, what you're doing, all the videos you've done, all the strangers you've taken to concerts, where can they go? How can they find you?
Just my Instagram and TikTok, and it is my name, Sarah May Curd. Cheese curds.
You know what most people are starting to do? Like, they'll either spell it out or they'll give like an example of how you spell it.
Yeah.
I like that.
Me too.
Good. Thank you, Sarah. And guys, if you made it to the end, we appreciate you. Give Sarah a follow. Give us a follow. Enter some contests. That not. I guess they're not contests. Yeah, they are.
I know,
technically
I feel
contests.
so
What do you
weird.
call them?
I don't know, when people call them contests, I'm like, I don't like that because I feel like that's not the point. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Enter Concert with Strangers
Yeah.
with
Concert
Sarah
Strangers.
May.
And that's it, guys. See you next week.
Bye.
You like to drink and to smoke to take away the pain. And I don't remember all of my mistakes and every high